Hi, this is Jeffrey with Basecamp Custom Vans. Yeah, thanks for checking this out. We're doing a walkthrough video of this Ford Transit camper van that's for sale. We'll jump inside and talk about the build, but the van itself is a 2024 Ford Transit all-wheel drive. It's a high roof model. It's got about 14,000 miles on it with this EcoBoost engine. We got a roof rack on the top, the side ladder that makes it easy to get up there and clean off the solar panels. There's 300 watts of solar on the roof and a couple of roof fans up there as well. The roof fans will keep the air circulating. Also got the gyroscopic fan that can point down while you're sleeping or down while you're cooking. In the back here we've got these really durable hex ply cabinet. They're made of hex ply, and a couple of cubbies for these wheel well cabinets. In this wheel well there's 300 amp hour Renogy Lithium self-heating batteries and a 3,000 watt inverter. We've got 20-gallon water tank, a Propex heater on the floor there, and the bed itself is queen size. It's 60 going in, and then we sleep side to side. The bed's not actually fixed. You can take this custom mattress out if you need to have it kind of a walkthrough feature. The cabinets are fixed on both sides, but there's these panels that span through the middle. There's 4 small little panels that you could just stack up and pull out, and then you can have a full walkthrough. Well, I'll put like big kayaks in there or something, maybe pick up some lumber if needed, whatever, you know, it makes it versatile. So let's jump inside. We've got venting windows on both the sliding door and on that driver's side as well. We've got the seats already turned around, so we've got these 2 seats plus seating for 3. You could easily have a half dozen people in here. This lagoon table moves over to for the folks who are, if you're sitting here in the driver's passenger sharing a meal, or it can move over and jump on the laptop there. The decor is done on laser engraver. I create all this myself, and so we engraved this on the surface of that tabletop, but also these decor pieces are cut out. You might have seen the one on this outer cabinet, and as an example I'll just show you on the sliding door. The laser engraver can engrave on the surface, or it can cut that image out. So that one's cut out of 3mm birch. This is the same image, but it's engraved on the surface of this door panel. Yeah, it's fun, and that's a matter of taste. You know, those can be mixed and matched, or you can take them off entirely, however you prefer. The cabinetry is a mix of these sliders, these sliding open, and then there's few open ones. Those are for maybe oversized things you want to get to easily. Stuff it with big blankets or whatever. And so there's big cabinets for like chips and for boxes of cereal. And then there's a small open one up here. There's a 3-inch lip on here, and things might shift around, but nothing's ever come flying out. I've been doing open cabinets like that for a long time. Really, I like how they leave the space feeling open. That's really a big point of mine that I make often when talking about these, is like, how does it feel when you're in here and the doors are all closed? You know, at night you'll have the doors closed, right? At bad weather, well, like, you know, this will be all shut up. And does it feel, you know, do you feel comfortable and like you can spread out, or does it feel claustrophobic? I know when I get in a Winnebago Revel, I immediately feel claustrophobic before the doors even shut behind me. They've built it in so much is built into them, and there's nowhere to be. It's one thing to be able to have all the gear, but like where are you gonna be when there's only you know, limited, just like a hallway down the middle of a bunch of cabinetry. So, you know, this is the standard 19-foot version of the Ford Transit. The Sprinters is called this is the 148 wheelbase. The Sprinter's called the 144, but there's an extended length. So this is the 148 extended from Ford, would be 4 feet longer, or it would be the Sprinter 170. Those vehicles are 4 feet longer. So from the edge of these cabinets, you got 4 more feet before the edge of the bed, and that's where you could build in a big shower and start, putting in bigger space. But this is just 60 square feet. So we have to pick and choose how we build these, what we build into them so that it feels comfortable, right? And so got to come up with solutions. I've thought a lot about this over the years, and like how the layouts could be better and better and more improved. We've done this kitchen galley on this driver's side in the past, and maybe had a seat over on that side. I find like this is a little more comfortable. I also like the sink setup, the way this cooking area where it is. First of all, when you're cooking, if you're cooking burgers and it's all smoky, like that can just vent right out, crack the door open or crack that sliding window that I showed you. So that's nice to have the cooking near the door. It's also, I've kind of come to up with the solution for instead of having a shower sprayer off the rear doors like you'll often see, we're not going to build a shower in here. Where is it supposed to, it takes up too much real estate. And so one solution I came up with over time was like, here we have the sink setup, but if I just have the sink right by the door, you can set up and take a shower right there, spray off the dog or clean off a muddy mountain bike, and you don't have to do anything. It's already ready to go. So, I don't know if other builders do this, but that's something I just came up with. I've spent hundreds and hundreds of nights in camper vans. My van life thing started 15 years ago. I started building them professionally 8 years ago, but the first ones I just wanted to have a van and travel. And we had these off seasons in Aspen where twice a year we could take off for 6 or 8 weeks. And so I went from the truck and trailer pulling situation into these vans, and it never, it's just been such a joy. I love this. What I do, how I build these, and what I build them with has all been based on what I've experienced on the road. And so with my first van, we had the cabinets were from like Lowe's. They're very heavy, and you can't fix them. If something happens, like if a hinge breaks or something, that's just like those things aren't really. Kitchen cabinetry will not endure what we're doing in here, right? And so the building materials over time we've evolved as well. So all based on use, right? How things failed. So my first floor I did was vinyl plank flooring. And with the hot and cold expansion throughout the year, about a year and a half, almost 2 years in to traveling in that thing, I was in a seam buckled down the middle between the interlocking planks, right? It was a nightmare because the cabinets were built in. It was like, had to pull, oh gosh, fixing that was like, it's like, we'll never use that material again. So we lay, everything I use is got to be durable and easy to clean. This is commercial grade coin flooring that cleans up real easy. You can't damage it. You can gouge it with sharp object. It's very strong. The cabinets we fabricate, it's Baltic birch with a white Formica laminate on it, and we use the butcher block countertops. Get that extension, and it'll let you, like, if you really have an elaborate project going on, you can use this table, the extension, and all these surfaces make for a very versatile kitchen area, or however you're gonna, whatever projects you might have going on. And put these little hooks here. I just want to point these out. These are fun. These are for hanging stuff up if you come in with some wet gear or whatever. And the edge, we trim things with aluminum or with this rubber edge banding to finish everything off. It'll look like this and be durable for decades. And 100,000 miles, this van's still gonna look like this and be functioning great. So I'm just wondering, when you're looking out the door, when you're on your first trip, what's the view gonna look like out there? Where are you gonna take this on your first road trip? So I'd love to talk with you about that and about the van. We could jump on a video call if you're interested. Let's jump on a call. We'll point the camera at everything. You can't cover everything in 10 minutes, right? So we could get into the heating system and the water system and the whole battery power system and how all the things function in here. This is a fully functional 4-season camper van, so we got a lot to get into, right? It's insulated in the walls, floors, and ceiling. It's made for hot weather, cold weather. You can travel any part of the country, and this has been thought through. So I'd love to tell you more and all the details of that. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for watching this. have fun.